So, um, I have another trip report on DMT. Unfortunately, this one's not so good either. Um, actually, I guess I could make this a multi-trip report. I'll start with the bad one though, because that one kind of was a slap in the fucking back of the brain. Um, I thought I had a couple bad trips of DMT not too long ago when I was using the Yocan, and I was just using the DMT straight on donut coils. I was trying to blast off, and I did. But unfortunately, it wasn't like this first several times I blasted off. It was the last two, although the technique I didn't vary that much differently. I at best was able to get more in one hit than previously before, just by varying my technique. Either way, two bad trips in a row. And so I stopped doing that for a while, and then I started doing DMT again, but I started to use like a sandwich technique, right? So that it wasn't just full straight concentrate DMT, which I think is something to be taken into consideration if you're new to it, or if you don't really want to blast off. You can dilute it. And personally, that's what I was having good luck with the changa, whatever they call it. Basically, it's like DMT laced stuff, like whatever it is, lotus flower or whatever tea or whatever herbs that they decide to make it with. So it's just basically DMT that's not as concentrated because it's mixed with something else. The sandwich technique will also do that too, although I think if it's blended correctly and more uniformly, I think it's a little bit better and easier to dose. Either way, I was doing that for a little bit. It was fine. I wasn't blasting off, but I didn't want to at that point. At that point, I had blasted off twice in a row at the last two times and got to a bad, scary place. Well, I got these DMT carts, these vape carts, which, by the way, are fucking awesome because it's blended a 50-50 mix, so it's not 100% straight DMT, but it's high quality DMT, the white powder stuff. And either way, I like it. The guy who makes it makes them fucking awesome. And I've been using those, which is great because if you're not looking to blast off, but you just want to trip out, and trip for a little bit, but you don't want to be like fucking, talking to space aliens and God and whatnot and pondering, your death, or in my case, when all my teeth fell out, I was fucking vomiting blood and you don't want to do that shit, right? Which, hopefully your experience will be better. But if you want to be more mild and you want to do it in public, like at the park or whatever, you don't need a trip sitter, that's the carts are great. So I've been doing that. So the next thing is I got this changa, right? It's already the laced lotus flower, and I had some white powder DMT, which is supposed to be really pure and concentrate, which it is. And I tried to smoke the white powder shit by itself, but it's hard to because it's so fine, it's hard to really vape. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just make this changa extra strong, right? What the fuck, right? Makes sense, sprinkle some more, lace it even more, the changa. And man, I took like one big fucking super hit on my one hitter pipe. I packed the bowl, got it all in one hit, like a 30-second hit. By the time I was done, it was like, this fucking big cloud. Oh man, that was like gone. Like all of a sudden, the room was just like like that. And I'm just like, all of a sudden, I stood up for a second. I sat back down. And then when the room started going like that, I was like, oh. So I stood up, right? Thankfully, my girlfriend was with me. Stood up, but then the room was like shifted. Like it was just weird. It was like my depth perception was just weird. I kind of like fucking to tell how high I was up above the bed. Anyway, fucking all of a sudden I was like, I saw like the furniture in the hotel room was just like coming, kind of crushing in like that, and like no shit, these chairs and this entertainment stand were like, and they like had faces, man. They had like faces, and they were not friendly faces, man. These faces were like want to eat you. Like the chairs were coming at me, and the entertainment stand was coming at me. My girlfriend's right there, and I felt this presence though behind me, and the whole time I'm telling myself like, okay, you can stop this. It's just a DMT. Obviously, I know this isn't really happening, right? That only works sometimes. It doesn't always work. I mean, because I know it wasn't happening, but it is happening. In your mind, it's happening. I can keep telling myself, like with the 30 hits thing, I wasn't really scared because it was just the drugs. Well, I was really scared this time, even though I knew it was just the drugs, because this shit happened before, and I remember this feeling. All of a sudden, like I felt all my teeth like fucking like starting to come out, and I was like, I tried to say something to my girlfriend to tell her that I was like about to lose my shit, and as soon as I tried to talk, like I could see my teeth going like every time I said a word, like, my teeth were coming out. Don't know what that means. We'll have to check with Freud about that. But either way, I was like, fuck. So I just like tried to like fucking chill, and I got through it. I skipped down a lot of details because, well, fuck, I'll pull the details in there. So she didn't do nearly as much as I did. So fucking, just out of the coincidental, these fucking Middle Eastern guys were at the hotel and like next door to us. They started fighting about something, like, and they were banging on my door. I think one of them got confused because they were staying next to me, but they're like several of them. Anyway, so as I'm losing my shit and about to be eaten alive, and I'm spitting my teeth out, and I feel this presence behind me, basically like I'm gonna die, is the ominous feeling, like, oh, like this is it. That is your last fucking time you're doing this. Like, it's over. The only thing that was able to, relatively keep me sane was my girlfriend was there, and I was trying to like keep her from not going to fuck with these guys, because these guys are fighting outside of the hallway, and they bam, and they hit the door really loud, and they're fucking yelling. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. Of course, right when I'm about to lose my shit, this happens. I'm trying to tell her, like, fucking don't go over there, because they were tripping me out. But I was mainly saying, like, don't fucking leave me, like, fuck that noise. The door's locked, right? Who cares? But and I was trying to. She didn't understand. She kept going back and forth, and I'm about to lose my shit. And I'm just trying to tell her, like, sit next to me, don't leave. And I started getting mad because I was like about to lose my shit, and she just kept thinking she was trying to help me out by stopping these guys and seeing what's going on. But in my mind, she was just like ignoring me, like wouldn't sit next to me. That's all I wanted. Anyway, whoa, that was a bad fucking trip. Luckily, I was able to kind of like pull through that one without like totally losing my shit. But there's a few times where I was like come real close, man, and I don't know what it was. This ominous feeling of death. I don't know what the spitting the teeth out is and that shit, and I don't know what the I don't know what it was, and I don't know. It's just, but that wasn't good. But see, here's a good trip report. A couple nights before that, we had been using those carts, right? Just the vape oil, and we had a great time with that. And I still haven't had a bad trip on that. It's like, I guess it's just because it's 50% concentrate, right? So it's not full strength. So when you get fucking high, stop doing it, right? Unlike depending on how you're doing it, if you're freebasing it, like with a Yocan or whatever. It's like you basically, you're committed. Once you take that hit, you're committed. And it's kind of hard to tell how much you're actually getting. Whereas the vape, because it's an oil, it comes on a lot. It doesn't come on. It's not like, when you with the Yocan or you're, freebasing where it's like, it's more of a gradual thing. You can kind of get to where you want to be. And then you can do some more, which is also cool. We did that for several hours, just the vape thing, every few minutes. Maybe not several hours, at least a couple hours, man. It was some fucking great visuals, man. I had my phone like just sitting on the bed, and I was watching one of those DMT videos on TV on YouTube, and I had like these like morphing colors and shit like that. Well, like those octopuses on the seafloor, man. It was like they'll morph and like change color and like change the pattern on their back to match their surroundings. Well, that shit was happening on my phone, right, with the DMT fucking colors and little, what do they call those things? Vector shit, whatever it is. Anyway. When we were staring at the phone, the whole room started to match the phone. So like the whole room became what the phone was doing. Slowly like spilled over onto the bed, onto the blanket where we were laying down in, over the bed, onto the walls. It was fucking awesome. Some of the best hallucinations I've ever had on any psychedelic. It was fun. It was mild. It was great. It was fucking groovy. But then 2 days later, same DMD, kind of. I'm assuming it is same source, but just did it a different way, and bam, it had a really bad effect. So that's it, man. I don't know. I'm going to stick to these carts for a while, and for those of you that don't like to blast off and are a little afraid to try DMT, or because of like what I just told you, that bad trip report, understandable. It scared the shit out of me, and I don't get scared on psychs easily, not anymore. And that was a pretty scary experience. But try the vape oil, the 50%. And try not to if you're gonna dab rig that shit, or you're gonna put in a Yocan or a vape it straight concentrate like that, be careful. I mean, don't get me wrong, I did it for like 2 months and I was fine, and then just one day fucking something changed. I'm sure it's in my head, but whatever it is, I didn't like it. But yeah, try mixing it with something. Try mixing it with, and I don't know, I want to mix it with weed either though, because I don't know, some people like weed, but just because that'll change how it works on you. And not everybody, for me, weed gives me anxiety and panic attacks, which is why I don't smoke weed anymore. But so if you're prone to that, but by weed, if you get too stoned and get all introspective and fucking weird shit, you may not want to mix it with weed. But mix it with some tea leaves, or look up on Reddit or whatever, and see what people are mixing it with. Just try not to do it straight, and you should be okay. I mean, the vape oil you can do at your own pace. So you take a big hit, hold it in, blow it out, wait a few minutes. You're not as high as you want to be, do it again. That's the easiest way, instead of dab rigging it, where you don't know how much you exactly put in there and how much you're going to get, and then you take one big hit, and then you're either fucked or you're not, and that's how you fucking find out. Yeah, but that's my DMT trip reports.
walking down, and this hippie guy comes up to me, and I don't remember his name, but he was high as fuck. He's like, "You want a fucking trip tonight, man?" He's like, "Open your mouth." And stupidly I did, and he had an eyedropper, and he squirted a bunch